make these lantern earrings this afternoon, and these are made using 11-0 blue seed beads, round seed beads, and 3mm bugle beads. I also made the same thing using a 15-0 seed bead. And as you can see, the 15-0 kind of stays flush with the 3mm, so it doesn't stick out as much, and it gives a little bit straighter shape. But I liked the 11-0 because I found the 11-0 beads sticking out a little further than the 3mm to be very interesting. It gives it more texture. So I'm going to make the same thing here in red, but if you prefer to make it with the smaller beads, it's the same pattern, the same number of beads. It's just using the smaller ones instead. So let's get started. I'm going to pick up 4 of these 3mm bugle beads. 3. That's the 4th one. And I'm going to take them all the way down and leave enough tail that you can get the needle back on, because we're going to reinforce this bottom after we finished making the lantern. We're going to want to come back and run these through the beads one more time as a reinforcement. So go through the beads once again, and they'll come around like this. And what I'm going to do to make it nice and tight is I'm going to go through this next bugle bead one more time. I'll bring this through. And when you make it nice and tight, you'll end up with a little square. Now I have a crochet hook here, and I'm going to use the bottom of this crochet hook to put this through so I can work my way up. It's easier if you find a stick, a crochet hook, a small knitting needle, something you can put this on, because it also helps when we get going to keep the beads taut and to pull them straight. So let's pick up 3 of our red colored seed beads. We'll pick up 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip the next bugle bead, and we'll go into the one directly opposite where we're coming out. So when I pull that up, they should sit on top of the bugle bead. Now you will have to watch, and it's easier when you're using a tool like the crochet hook, because you can use your thumb to pop these back up and make sure they're sitting up on top of the bugle bead. And the same way when we put the bugle beads on. So again, we're going to go opposite the hole that we came out of. So we'll go to this side, and we'll go through. This one might be a little sticky because this is the one that you went through twice. So we want to go through this bead and pull through. And then this will come up. This needs to sit on top of the bugle bead. So you want to keep pulling on the thread, and that's where this crochet hook really comes in handy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through, and I know I'm using a light color bead and a black thread, but I don't want the thread to show on the sides. So I'm going to go through these 3 beads right here to come to the other side. Okay, and I'm going to pick up 3 more, 2, 3, and I'm going to come around, and I'm going to go through the 3 beads on this side. 1, 2, 3. Can I get that 3rd one? Yeah. If you can't get them all in a row, go through 2 and then come back and get the one that's waiting. Okay, so now we've got part of our circle done, and we're going to pick up 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go through the next 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we've now finished our row. And we want to make sure it's tight. We tighten that up. Because if you leave it loose, if you don't tighten it, this will be a little stretchy. So when you pick them up, they'll stretch a bit. All right, now what we want to do is pick up a bugle bead. And we're going to skip 3. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3 beads. We're going to go into the 4th, 5th, and 6th beads. So we're going to go into 3 beads. And we skip 3 and go into the next 3. And this will want to go underneath. So we want to use our thumb and pop that up there and pull this nice and tight. And then we're going to skip another 3 beads. So we'll skip 1, 2, 3. And we're going to pick up a bugle bead. And we'll go into the last 3 beads. Now this will be the last 3 red beads, because you'll be coming up to the bugle bead again. So you want, again, and this gets a little better when you get a little bit more on your stick or on your crochet hook. Now we want to go through the bugle bead like we did when we did the red ones. Go through the bugle bead, make sure that's tight, and then we'll pick up another bugle bead and we'll go through on the silver. There we go. And then we pick up another one and we'll go through the silver again. And now we're going to put on a row of red, and see how that's starting to form. So we're going to pick up 3 red, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to pass this bead and go into the hole in the opposite, over the opposite side from the one you came out of. So it'll be like that, and then we turn, and we're going to pick up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we go into the opposite hole. And now we want to go through the 3 beads to come up. We go through the 3 beads, 3 red beads, turn, and we'll pick up 3 red beads, 1, 2, 3, go through the 3 red beads. I'm trying to keep this so that you can see the beads I'm going through, so I have to kind of look around the hook. Okay, thank you. There we go. 3 beads, pull tight, and we pick up another 3, 1, 2, 3, and we go up and pull, go round. Did I get 3? Yep, I did. There, and we pull tight. So now this is what it's starting to look like. And we're going to pick up a bugle bead. We're going to skip 3 beads, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through the next 3, 1, 2, 3. Go through the next 3. Make sure this pops up. Use your thumb. Pops up over the bugle bead, over the seed beads. You don't want it sitting down in here. And then we're going to pick up another bugle bead. And we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go through the last 3 of the red seed beads. And this is just a repetitive process. So we're just going to continue to do this. We have to make sure this pops up, gets centered, and then we go through the bugle bead. And we turn around and we pick up another bugle bead to go through. Now, I made earrings. You could continue to do this for a bracelet or for a necklace. And we've made another row. So we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to have you keep doing this. We right now have 3 bugle bead rows and 2 seed bead rows. And this length earring, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seed beads. And since the beginning and the end is bugle bead, it's 8 bugle beads. So keep doing that until you've reached the 8th bugle bead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll show you how to finish off the top. All right, we finished our 8 silver rows, 7 red rows of beads and 8 silver, and now we're ready to put the top on our lantern. So we should be coming out of one of the silver beads, position it at the top, position your lantern piece at the top of whatever you're holding that with. With me, it's a crochet hook, and you want your thread to be coming out at this corner, and we're going to pick up 2 seed beads, and we're going to go to the opposite corner and go through on the opposite corner. Now that should form a little peak like that, and it did. And then we're going to pick up another 2 seed beads, and we're going to go to the opposite corner over the ones that we just put in. And you can go in either direction. I'm going to go in this direction, my thread path. And when they come down, they'll go down on top of these 2. And there's your little roof. Now we want to put our jump ring on. So in order to do that, I'm going to come back up the bead that is right next to the corner you just went through. So I want to go back through that bead. I want to get that bead out in front of the 2 to either side. And I'm going to pick up the jump ring. And then I'm going to go down the bead on the opposite side. And then I come back across either direction. You can go in either direction because you'll end up in the same spot. And you'll go up the next bugle bead that you can through the jump ring, and then over to the other side to the bugle bead on the other side. So now we've gone through our jump ring twice, and we've done it in such a way that we've crisscrossed back and forth. But when we first put the bugle beads on, we made a nice little platform so the ring can't fall down into our lantern top. And now what we want to do is just reinforce and start to tie this off. So we'll go through a bugle bead, and then I'm going to bring the thread through and make a knot so that I can start to finish this off. And I'm keeping it on the crochet hook because this way I can, when you grab it, you tend to squeeze. So I can pull and squeeze without having to flatten the dimensions of the lantern. And we're going to do that again. Make our loop and come through. I got my tail. There we go. Pull the tail out. And I'm going to go through this side, and I'll go through. I have 2 knots, so I'm not going to worry about making another knot. That'll be fine. So now I've got my nice top with my hook already on it. And I'll just make one more. My jump ring, rather. I said hook. It's my jump ring. already on it. All right. And I'm going to call that finished. So I'll cut that thread off, but now we have to come and finish the bottom. So I'm still going to leave it on my crochet hook, and I'll thread the needle and show you how to finish the bottom. So we want to reinforce this bottom. So what we're going to do is pick this up and follow the thread path. So in my case, I'm going to go up and around. And I can pull this tight each time I go through. I give a little tug to make sure it's tight. And now I'm going to start tying off. So I got it around 4 times. I can pull it tight, and then I can come underneath. If you don't have enough room or enough space to pick up the loop that just managed to go into there, you can go in a backwards motion. So let me show you that. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to do another one. And if I don't have enough thread to go forward, I can put the needle in the back, go backward, and then as I slide down, pull it tight, I slide it from the back. All right, one more. I'm going to go up. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slide it from the back. And then I have one more to cut before I cut. And now I'll cut it off. Cut the remaining thread. And you have your little lantern. Now all I have to do is add my earring hook. And I have my small tweezers here. So I just need to open this enough to slip this in. And then we just close it back up. And there we are. And here's the pair. Please like and subscribe.